Welcome back into Rover Sports, guys. It's nice to be with y'all tonight. Hope everybody's having a very nice evening. And tonight we're going to look at the Los Angeles Rams here. It's good to be back on the film review game. And just a fascinating product. The Rams, really had a lot of chances to take over this ball game. Some gap discipline issues on defense cost them. And also a couple of stupid penalties by Robert Woods, and I believe Jalen Reynolds, who might be 17, or that might be Robert Woods again. Let's go to the second half. We're going to do a second half film review today of the offense. So let's start off here. Pretty cool. Coach, what's it called? Coach's film. We're going to go here to the third period, third quarter of the game. And, all right, here we go with Gurley. Okay, so first play from scrimmage here, third quarter. We are going to have here Todd Gurley take the handoff. And really good there. Roger Saffold, number 76. He is really a talented guard. Like, this guy on the left side of the offensive line, he can really, really block. Him and Whitworth are a very good combination. And then you see there John Sullivan in the middle, Jamin Brown. Havenstein is the guy that's been getting beat, though. If you watch, late in the second quarter, he got beat by Kerrigan's quite a bit. So they run this play with Tavon Austin, and it's a great play by their linebacker, 94 of the Redskins. He just stays home. He makes a terrific play on it. I missed a very important play that I did not mean to miss. I missed one to Sammy Watkins, probably the best throw Jared has thrown all game or all second half here as we watch our film review. So you're going to see Sammy here lined up against Norman. I believe it's Norman. So what Jared's going to do is Jared, he's going to look right for a second, and then this is a trust ball. He sees him breaking. You have the inside route there from the slot occupying this corner. So if we go back and watch it again, I want to watch it again in slow motion. This corner here needs to not, get in Sammy's way. This guy backpedals, Norman does, and then the goal is to obviously take it with enough depth so that Sammy's able to undercut it. The ball's thrown perfectly, and watch Sammy after the catch. I love that move there, how he can put his foot in the dirt and cut on a dime, like his former teammate LaShawn McCoy. And that ball was thrown with decision. That was a beautiful ball by Jared Goff, and that was a big-time throw from him. Again, trusting Sammy, but seeing the coverage there. And it wasn't the ball to Cooper Kupp, which lost the game. Jared, he just stared right at him, and it wasn't a quick hitter. Here we're going to see Goff as well, stepping up. And this is another dime. Wow. This is to Gerald Everett, number 81, from South Alabama. So you already have Everett, you have Higbee from Western Kentucky, and you also have another guy who used to play in the Redskins. But here, Jared, this is a whole shot, and holy crap. I mean, this is a throw. Throws and rope from Jared Goff here. Jared knows where he's going. Look at him. Look at eye manipulation from Jared Goff there, as you can see him looking left and then comes back to the right to hit a hole shot. He's going to need to do a lot of that this week if they're going to go ahead and defeat the Niners. But this is a throw that Rams fans could get excited about. This is a throw of confidence, and that's a stick. That's an NFL caliber throw there from Jared Goff. then this whole drive was absolutely fantastic coming out of the break, because you're going to have here the third string tight end is going to get a tremendous pull. Everybody crunches in. Gurley reads it, and Gurley shows off speed that made him, the rookie of the year, made him electrifying in week 1. I love how everybody pins 86, the third string tight end. Look at him pull everybody there brilliantly. And the offensive line there does a terrific job. I think Seth Folds getting out against. Roger is such a weapon because 76 is such an athletic guard from the left guard position, that he can go and he could pull on multiple angles and he can really get upfield. So he's one of the best guards that I've seen on tape is Seth Folds. I mean, he's doing a tremendous job in this game at least. And then Jared here sells it perfectly. You then get the hurdle. You then get 6. Jared sells it. We can watch it one more time. Jared Goff selling it perfectly. This whole drive was premeditated by Sean McVay out of the recess, so everything was called, and the Sammy Watkins play propelled it, and then the Everett play, and they just hit a rhythm, and this is a very rhythm-based offense. And this was Jared's best series, really, I think, of the entire game. It just was a beautiful series of football. So then we're going to get a Dustin Hopkins miss, and this is, unfortunately, I believe, Jared's worst series of football, maybe all game long, especially the second throw of this series. The first throw here is just great coverage by Washington, because you're going to get tons of action here. You're going to get, a play action which doesn't fool Washington. Everybody stays home. You then have 2 wide receivers running routes, and this route down the pike should be a route. It's not a well-run route because he's not communicating with Goff at all. I believe it's Jalen Reynolds. So even though Reynolds is a speedster, he's not communicating with Jared. I want to see some more. If it's one-on-one with Jalen Reynolds, I want to see them maybe improvise, maybe run something different than just a streak. I'd maybe like to cut it off maybe 10 yards down the field against that type of coverage instead of it being just a streak. Jared has to eat it, though, and throw it away. It's perfectly played by Washington. Jared should have given up the play immediately and checked it down. He didn't, and he ended up gaining absolutely nothing. This next play here, 2nd and 10, Jared misses an opportunity to feed Todd again, because Todd's lined up just on a linebacker here, as this is going to be a tough matchup for this linebacker to get over, and you have the wide receiver occupying the route. And Jared instead, this is the type of throw that loses him the game. It always seems like, unfortunately for Cooper Kupp, the throws to Cooper Kupp are the most disorganized and worst football that Jared plays. And you can see actually from this angle very well that this is a blind trust throw, and it makes no sense at all in the progression. It's reckless quarterback play because Jared just thinks that he's going to be wide open, and he just completely, it's one of the more inaccurate balls you'll see, and it's very fortunate that it wasn't a turnover. And if you go back, you could see Todd Gurley is lined up against a linebacker here. So again, not only are they not running the football off of the Dustin Hopkins missed, but this is just a terrible, terrible series in all regards here. These are 3 incompletions that absolutely kill you. And then this one, the Redskins really do a tremendous job. They send pressure, and then Jared makes the right decision, although I want to see Jared hang in the pocket. I don't want to see him continue to go backwards. And it just is a great stick by Washington. This actually was not Jared's fault, but I would have preferred to see McVay pound it with Gurley with the momentum. They went for a big play early. On 2nd down then was a really terrible throw to Cooper Kupp, and this series really might have cost them the football game. Really, really disappointing. I know Hecker pins them really good there on the 4th and 1. So let's continue on to the 4th quarter. And 4th quarter of play, okay? 4th quarter, we get the Rams, and we're going to get here some nice series. This is where Robert Woods comes up with a really dumb penalty when they were driving really well. So you're going to see Gurley here. He's really running the football well. And they ran that ball there, actually, I believe, to the right side. So they pin, guys, like they pin, you know, ironically, Havenstein is not a good pass protector, but the right side of the offensive line, Jamin Brown and Havenstein, are doing a good job of blocking for Gurley, and Gurley's really staying patient. He's being coached up. He's gaining confidence. He really relies on confidence. Here you see play action. This is tremendous quarterbacking from Jared because the first two guys in the read are not going to be open, It's a very simple read from Jared. It's very half-field reading this type of offense. So you look here and you see there, unfortunately, it's our guy Saffold. Everybody's getting pushed back, tons of pressure. Everybody's covered up. Sammy doesn't run a great route. Just an incredible catch, I believe, by 86 again. And the veteran against his former team, I don't think it was. Yeah, I'm going to have to come up with that guy's name because he even makes more plays than Tyler Higbee does. 2nd and 6 now. Jared's going to continue. Now this is the type of drive that I like. They're going to continue, and look at the cut from Todd. This is tremendous. The line blocks well throughout the interior. Both Jamin and you also see Saffold there doing his job. So pretty sweet job, and then the cuts were fantastic from Todd. Todd happens to take this ball in the plus territory, where then I believe we get, more runs. 2nd and 6 from the 45. So this is a great drive so far. Pinning him out. Jared's going to go here, and just bad footwork from Jared Goff here, honestly, on this particular play. As you can see here, Jared takes a while getting into his snap. His footwork's a big issue. His accuracy is at times issues. He's slow at getting from progression to progression. He is slow in that regard, but he did make some big boy throws. So 3rd and 11. I think that we're going to actually get a first down here. Or no, they call a draw play to Todd, and then it's the Johnny Hecker punt. So along this series, I could have sworn that Robert Woods had a personal foul conduct that suspended the drive here. That was a killer. Could have sworn that I seen that. And then Johnny Hecker, watch this play to Jalen Reynolds. Great read from John, and Hecker's a weapon. Hecker's an absolute beast. Not only is he an innovator in the punting game, but he also throws a better spiral sometimes than Jared does. 1st and 17 now. The play that kills this is reckless abandon by, I believe, Robert Woods or Jalen Reynolds, one of the guys. And for some reason, they decide to pause. But watch this play. This would have probably won the Rams the football game. And I can tell you exactly who the penalty was on. It's on Robert Woods again. 4th quarter here. So this drive right here, I believe this is the drive that I wanted to see where the Hecker fake punt ended up. Here it is. It was on Robert Woods. And he's a veteran. He should know better. So this is the play, guys. I'm sorry for the delay. Thanks again for hanging and watching. So this is the play. This would have won the Rams the football game. This would have given him 1st and goal on the 3-yard line. It's reckless by Robert. Robert here, no way is this linebacker going to catch up, but watch the bump. Bam, right there. One more time. That is so blatantly obvious. He doesn't need to chip him at all. I know Robert might not see it. It's just an awful acting job. It's a forearm shiver, and it's quite obvious. And you can see there Gurley leaks out. So Robert Woods needs to be more disciplined. Not only did he get the personal foul penalty that we talked about, he also messes this play up. And listen, if he wants to keep his job over guys like Pharaoh Cooper, he's going to need to do his part. I believe then the Rams were conservative as heck at that point and they ended up tacking on a field goal at that juncture. So essentially, they try a deep throw to Woods on 3rd and 17, and I don't think it's anything of any note. Let's see, maybe it is of note. I know it's an incompletion, though. It's just a frustrating game because the Rams could have ended up winning this game in a lot of aspects. They couldn't stop the run late. Here you see Jared getting outside the pocket. It's a holding penalty. And, the throw is late, and it's just a mess. Havenstein held on the play because he's getting beat by Kerrigan's. I am worried as we go into the next game. I'm really worried about Havenstein going up against a guy like a Thomas or somebody like a Buckner. I know Buckner inside is an inside linebacker. I'm worried about linebackers coming up to blitz on the right side of the offensive line. You guys need to watch Jared's right side. I know he can see Havenstein coming, but Rob Havenstein has just really slow feet, and it might be really bad. So here we're going to see Macon Foster here of the Washington Redskins. I believe it's Macon, not Mason Foster. And watch, you're going to see him pretty much spy. This is a drive where Jared's now down 7 because of the Rams' ineptitude on defense. You're going to see Foster right here when my mouse is pointing him out. He spies it really well, and Jared's eyes, watch his eyes. It's not like the Watkins throw, right? He is gluing Cooper down, doesn't see the linebacker Macon makes the play, and the game is officially over. Thanks, guys. Doing some Broncos film review next. Pleasure being with y'all, of course, and we will see y'all later.